So, Surt is mentioned in the Voluspa, where it states that he will move from the south bearing the scathe of branches, aka fire, and from there shines the lights of his sword, basically saying that he carries a fiery flaming sword. He is also mentioned in one other poem where a Jotun, I'm not going to try and say his name because I can't pronounce it, is challenging Odin by asking him questions, and he asks Odin what the name of the field where Surt and the gods would do battle is. So, the other mentions of Surt come from the Prose Edda, which was written by Snorri Sturluson hundreds of years after the Christianization of Iceland. Keep in mind, Snorri Sturluson was a Christian monk. He was not a pagan, and he had no first-hand knowledge growing up in the religion. He colored everything that he wrote in his Prose Edda with a Christian lens. Everything in there is tainted with his Christian ideology. Christians believe that hell is a land of fire and brimstone. And so, he equated Ragnarok, the end of the gods, to being like the end times of the Bible, and so he described it in such a way. So, in the end times, in the apocalypse of Christians, Satan comes out of hell to battle against God. In Ragnarok, since Surt and the Jotuns are battling against the gods in Asgard, Snorri Sturluson equated Muspelheim, which is seen as a land of fire in Norse mythology, as being where the Jotuns were coming from during Ragnarok. There is nothing in any of the actual lore that dates back before the Christians to say that Surt is a fire Jotun. Sorry, he is just a regular Jotun that wields a flaming sword. He is not a fire elemental, he is not anything like that. During Ragnarok, the Jotuns will come from Jotunheim, and they will be led by Loki and Surt. Surt will battle against Freyr and kill him before he uses his flaming sword to destroy Asgard and set it ablaze. Thus, Marvel then took that idea of the flaming sword and turned him into a giant fire elemental. That whole entire understanding of him is completely false.